One of hockey's premier players takes center stage. Washington Capitals superstar Alex Ovechkin tests his skills on the felt as he headlines a table with some of the NHL's all-time greats. But if they want to advance to the final table, they'll have to get through one of poker's newest stars, Dennis Phillips.
I played with football players, baseball players, hockey players now. It doesn't make much difference anymore. I just want to have fun at the table.
The face-off on the felt continues. This is the NHL Charity Shoutout presented by PokerStars.net. Welcome to the Rio in Las Vegas, Nevada, and hello, everybody. I'm McEachern, along with four-time bracelet winner Daniel Negreanu. Right now, 8 players are ready for action to get underway at the second qualifying table of the NHL Charity Shoutout. 2 of these players will earn a seat at the final table, while the other 6 will have to try their luck in a second chance tournament in order to advance. And right now, Daniel will take us through the competitors.
One of the NHL's elite, Alex Ovechkin, can dominate the game on the ice, but how will he do on the felt? The brash Jeremy Roenick thinks he's one of the favorites, but now he'll have to back up that bravado. Mark Napier was a member of 2 Stanley Cup winning teams, but can he take home this title? Eddie Olczyk is a 16-year NHL veteran, but how will his hockey resume translate to the poker table? Sweden's favorite son, Mats Sundin, is focused and determined to prove his poker skills today. The 2 online qualifiers, Harry Moyet and Murray Ungren, bring an unknown quality to the table. But the man everyone will have their eye on is poker's biggest St. Louis sports fan, Dennis Phillips. He finished 3rd in the 2008 main event and would love a victory here today.
There is Dennis Phillips sporting St. Louis Blues gear instead of his usual Cardinals attire, and he's got some stiff competition today as a couple of the NHL guys, Mats Sundin and Jeremy Roenick, take poker very seriously. The 3rd member of our broadcast team, Heidi Andrel, caught up with Jeremy earlier.
All right, Jeremy, I've read that you said that the Stanley Cup is ultimately the goal, but that bracelet is not far behind. I know you don't get one today, but how seriously are you taking this?
I'm taking this seriously, but I also come in this building a lot to try to win one of those bracelets. I love this game. I love playing it. It's a game of strategy. It's a game of wills, and I like that part about it.
Well, I know you're a pretty competitive guy. Who's your biggest competition today?
I don't know. We got Ovechkin now, who says he plays Russian poker. Has nothing to do with Texas Hold'em, so I think he's okay. Dennis, he finished 3rd in the World Series. He might be pretty good.
All right. Well, good luck.
He's gonna be tough
good
too.
luck.
Thanks.
Thank you, Heidi. There's a good look at the beautiful trophy that will go to the champion of this charity event, an event that some give this man a pretty good chance to win.
Good luck, boys.
Just have fun, guys.
You be easy over there. You slow down.
I'm still learning the game.
Well, Jeremy Roenick was always a trash talker on the ice. We see no different here at the poker table.
Action starts on Mats Sundin, the first European player to be an NHL #1 draft pick. He folds Jack 7 on one of our PokerStars.net online qualifiers, Harry Moyet. This 46-year-old UPS driver, Queen Jack offsuit, he makes the call. Eddie Olczyk, King 6 of hearts.
Call.
He makes the call for 200 to Dennis Phillips. He wants to play every hand.
Well, when you feel like the best player at the table, you want to try to outplay your opponents after the flop.
Folded to Alex Ovechkin, the best player in the game with the worst starting cards in Hold'em 7-deuce. He'll lay it down.
Good job.
Jeremy Roenick, ace-8 offsuit in the small blind.
I'm going to raise.
Everyone starts with 10,000 chips, a raise to 400.
Well, Roenick did say he was an aggressive player, but this is a very small raise. A little surprising. He's not in good position. You'd think if he's going to raise, he'd make a bigger raise.
Our other online qualifier, Murray Ungren, folded, so the raise back to Moyet, and he will lay it down.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
It's not over yet.
Action back to Eddie O.
Still in? Oh, I didn't even see him. Well, like I said, thank you very much.
Jeremy being Jeremy.
Oh, you got to call me now that I did that.
Well, Jeremy does have the best hand.
200 to me.
Now you got to call me.
Olczyk does make the call, so heads up between 2 U.S. Olympians, both originally drafted by the Blackhawks. Ace 10-9, Roenick pairs his ace.
Well, it's a good flop for Jeremy Roenick. Olczyk has nothing on this board. He should get out of the way.
Jeremy bets 700. Like a lot of hockey players, He hates to give up. But he finally does lay it down. Well done by Jeremy Roenick.
Roenick so far, so good.
Take it easy,
Now
man.
you can stand back.
I already did that. I can't do it twice to you.
Sure you could.
I can't do it twice to you.
You can.
I can't do it twice to you. I could, but I love you too much, Eddie.
Well, no doubt. These two have battled on the
I
ice.
hope all you guys just saw that. You guys are all nervous now, aren't you?
He is known as one of the great on-ice chirpers, and now Jeremy Roenick has some more talking chips to play with as he tries to take the role of table captain. Daniel, through the years, I've been lucky enough to call the action at poker tables filled with some of the best in the game. In fact, you've been at quite a few of them. Well, that is the case again today. It's just a different game, as this poker table is a who's who of hockey greats.
Lon, there are few players I've ever enjoyed watching more than Alexander Ovechkin. Man, that guy's good. But when it comes to his poker skills, well, we'll just have to wait and see. But I know at least two guys, Jeremy Roenick and Matt Sundin, really do know how to play. So I'm very curious to see how they do against Dennis Phillips and their fellow friends from the ice.
Dennis is no stranger to these types of charity events and will not be shy about mixing it up with anybody. Action on Dennis right now. King 5 of hearts. He calls for 200.
Well, it looks like Dennis is just going to try to play some small pots before the flop and take advantage of these guys after the flop.
Alex Ovechkin folds. He says he might be the worst player here. Jeremy probably thinks he might be the best player here, but he folds King Deuce. Over to Matt Sundin.
They're probably both wrong.
On the button, Sundin. 10-7, he lays it down. To Harry Moyet. Plays a lot of online, thinks that live poker is scary with Jack-9 off.
Cool.
A call for 100 more from the small blind. Eddie Olczyk in the big blind. 7 deuce.
Is he thinking about raising? I would hope not.
Who we got in this? Heads up?
All right, he gets to check in.
3 of us. All right.
So 3 players. We'll see the flop. The flop is 4-7-8. Olczyk has the best hand with a pair of 7s. Phillips is favored with flush and straight draws. Moyet with a gut shot straight draw.
Well, definitely a big flop for Dennis Phillips. He's got the king-eye flush draw, the straight draw. Expect him to play it pretty aggressively.
Moyet checks. Eddie-O now with middle pair. Bets 200. A raise from Dennis to 700.
Well, he's going to push Eddie-O around a little bit here and try to semi-bluff him here with a big draw.
Moyet folded. Now Eddie, very deliberate in his actions, makes the call. Heads up, Phillips and Eddie Olczyk. It's a deuce of diamonds, 2 pair for Eddie now.
Your 7 deuce should be really good now, Eddie.
How does he know?
27. It's my number.
Yeah, but we're not worried about you.
Well, you guys remember Jeremy Roenick played for the Blackhawks, wore number 27. He played NHL 93. He was the best player ever on the ice. He scored every time.
Shot in that game. Olczyk bets 1,000, half the pot. Phillips a 3-1 dog. Guess he'll stick around for a little bit. River card is an ace. Dennis Phillips misses everything. Olczyk with the check mark.
Well, you'd think Olczyk would make another bet here.
I can check, right?
He's asking the dealer.
Check? Yes, he can check.
You can check.
And he does that. Dennis bets 2,000.
I guess the ace might have scared Olczyk a little bit, worried about 2 bigger pairs.
A bet from a player like Dennis Phillips is cause for concern. Olczyk makes the call, though.
Good call. No, I missed.
Dennis missed.
Total
Eddie
miss.
shows 2 pair. Jeremy Roenick was right.
Roenick looks like Kreskin there. Calling the deuce 7, his number. And a big pot there for Eddie-O.
Good hand.
Oh, that was good. See, I told you liked me, bud. Good buddies, you're going to play 2-7.
I love you. I love you.
Dennis Phillips takes the loss in stride, while the man who wasn't expected to excel in this arena has come out firing. Eddie-O is here to play. The NHL Charity Shoutout is brought to you by PokerStars.net, the world's largest free poker site.
I have season tickets for the St. Louis Blues. These guys are awesome. It's unbelievable. The speed, the turning, the agility. They're amazing athletes. I really want to see these guys at the table because I never really sat down and played much with hockey players. I think they're going to have some fun with me for sure. There's a little bit of difference. See, me on the ice would be a joke. Those guys at the table, they'll still probably do all right.
Dennis Phillips, the early favorite, has taken a hit here at the hands of Eddie Olczyk. So far, Dennis is right about how well the hockey players would do here today. You've coached celebrities, Daniel. A little knowledge can go a long way sometimes.
Absolutely. You know, anytime you take on something like poker, it seems really easy, but a little help from a guy like me, that's not so bad, right?
Action on Alex Ovechkin. Pocket fives for the NHL version of the human highlight film. He raises to 400.
Well, he seems to know what he's doing. Pocket fives, a raise, pretty standard.
Jeremy Roenick, 9-8 of diamonds with the call.
Ooh, it's a fun hand, 8-9 suited.
Next 7 for Eddie Olczyk. He's reaching, and he will make the call from the small blind. Dennis Phillips now in the big blind, 8-4. What the heck? Let's play.
All right, we got 4 hands. Ovechkin, the big pair.
9-10-6 on the flop. Roenick with a pair of 9s and a gut shot. Olczyk with a gut shot to a better straight.
Well, that's a very good flop for Roenick. He's an aggressive player. I would expect him to go ahead and bet again here.
Phillips with a gut shot checks to Ovechkin now. With his pocket fives, bets 400, wants to see where he stands.
Okay, Alex, lesson 1. Scary board, 3 straight cards above yours. Just check it.
Jeremy's going to raise with the best hand, his pair of 9s.
I'm going to go 1,000.
I think Alex knows where his pocket fives stand. Now a raise to 1,000.
Well, as expected, Roenick playing aggressive with the pair and the straight draw.
Olczyk's going to come along with his draw.
Well, he's just got a gut shot straight draw. A jack would also be good.
Dennis Phillips lays it down. Back to Alex Ovechkin. Needs 600 to call.
Okay, Alex, lesson 2. Here is where you fold.
I hate this game.
Okay.
Very difficult for pro athletes to say quit, and he'll come along.
He made it very obvious he doesn't have a good hand. We got to work on the poker face a little bit.
3 players will see the turn card. It is an 8. Olczyk hits his jack high straight. Roenick catches 2 pair. Ovechkin now drawing dead.
Well, that's a dangerous turn card for Roenick. He's got the 2 pair, but of course, Olczyk has the jack high straight, so you'd expect him to be aggressive. But what?
He bets 300. He's given 16 to 1.
What kind of a bet was that?
Action on Ovechkin.
Okay. Somebody has 7, right? For sure. I don't have, so see you later.
There you go. It's that simple.
Alex folds. Roenick now.
I just bet 1,000. You called 1,000, and then you bet me only 300.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I don't know if you're betting because you're nervous or you're betting because you just want
Okay, let's get something straight.
some of my money.
We're going to get some needle and thread. And the more you talk, the more threads we're going to put through your lips.
That's a great idea. I'm going to try that with Mike Matisow.
You need a big spool of thread.
Great.
Roenick's going to raise to 1,000.
It's an aggressive play. Trying to protect what he thinks is the best hand now, 2 pair.
And just a call.
Wow.
Olczyk with his straight.
You'd think there Olczyk would raise, but he just called.
6 pairs aboard Eddie O with the check mark.
600.
Still betting in there.
Well, this one might actually suck Roenick in.
You must have the 7 if you're still betting.
It's a good read. It's a small bet. You got to hate the 6.
He's got a call. He does.
I got 2 pair.
Not good enough. Eddie Olczyk shows the straight.
Not only did you have the 7, but you had the jack with it. That's pretty strong.
A very small bet again from Eddie O that sucked Roenick in.
And with that, Eddie Olczyk has doubled his starting stack of 10,000 and extended his chip lead. NHLers in the top 3 spots, followed by our 2 qualifiers, and then Dennis Phillips in 6th place. Lines are up to 200 and 400. Matt Sundin. Ace-9 offsuit. 8 years as the leading scorer for your Maple Leafs.
My Maple Leafs. Not so hot these days, but I do own a Matt Sundin jersey.
Sundin limps in for 400 over to Harry Moyet, ace-jack offsuit. And for 400, he'll limp in as well.
Wait a minute. Did Eddie Olczyk just fold?
Eddie folded. Action on Dennis Phillips' pocket 6s. He limps in as well. To Mark Napier, 2-time Cup winner, Queen 9. He will lay it down.
Very conservative on the button. Some players would have played it.
Alex Ovechkin in the small blind, 8 tray. And he makes the call for 200 more.
Maybe he's thinking double down.
There's another table here at the Rio for that. Action on Jeremy Roenick with 9 tray of diamonds.